Go. Long days. I think it's Tuesday today, 4th of March. March 4th today. I think I'm supposed to be somewhere. Oh well. Yeah. Strange. Someone gives me a thumbs up that's never here. Because where the person is. Oh, there the person showed. Hello, hello. Oops. Here. Oops. I had to close the door. The birds were so noisy, and I'm kind of half asleep. I'm like, oh, coffee. Yeah. I ran out of bird feed. I went to feed them this morning. I'm like, there's no bird feed. So I went, looked at the ground. I went, well, there's plenty on the ground there. Here, good morning. Yeah, I gave you thumbs up before good morning. Well, no, that's okay. I'm not complaining. I had workmen here for past couple 3 days. The tree guys coming today. I'm taking out one whole length of the property, cutting it down. I'm not, someone else's, and I'm planting rows of sunflowers. So that should be interesting. The trees are not doing anything. There's an apricot tree there. It stopped giving fruit about 3-4 years ago. So I want that cut down. And then, I mean, it's all pretty blooms and all that. But if I'm not eating from it, I'm not going to keep it. So someone else gave me a thumbs up. Hey, cool, thumbs up. So there's several trees that I'm taking out along the east to west on the north side of the food forest. I'm just gonna Scotty I de Gotti. Good morning, Scotty. And so that's happening this morning. It's a little rainy out there, but yesterday morning I had an earthquake during my live stream, right? And so that was interesting. I never had, that was my first one, and it is Scotty. Yeah, so that was, I've got 4 apricots I planted 15 years ago, never got fruit. Yeah, there's a problem with that. I have a real problem with it if I'm not getting the food from it. And these are 15 years old for sure. So I'm just cutting them down and replacing them. That's what an orchardist does. And I'm not an orchardist because I don't prune my trees, but I sure get a lot of blooms. And I had 2 of them. So I thought, well, a couple of years ago, still, I did get like 1 or 2 here and there, perhaps a little more over the years. But now the past 3-4 years, maybe 4 years, nothing, nothing, nothing. And I'm like, well, trees are like that. Some trees are like that. Some trees you can't hold them down. They just keep giving, giving, and giving. Like my Mirabelle plum, it doesn't matter. I always get Mirabelle plums. My Italian plums and prunes, every time, just loaded. And my sugar plums, same thing. But there was the Frist State plum that's got to go today too. I'm going to be able to see the neighbor's house and stuff. That kind of sucks. But I have an Italian plum to go there. I'm tired of not getting my apricots. The Frist State, the peach plum, that's not doing anything other. You get like 10 little plums on it the past 3 or 4 years, and it's probably 15 or 16 years old. So that's going too. So I'm getting a good deal. The guy's an arborist. I'm getting a really good deal. And it's only $50 an hour to drop it on the ground, and then one of my family members will stack it over where the biochar is. So my boy has an apricot tree and it grows a lot of. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They need the one I have was from California, and they require some cold hours, I guess, and I don't know if it's getting it. Hi, Adrian. I never seen a bloom on my trees. Oh, that's really disheartening. I see lots of blooms. Maybe this is the year I'm getting this big pile of apricots. I've got it down. You just don't know, right? If I'm not getting fruit off of it or nuts, I've got a half dead hazelnut tree. But from the north side of the property, the entire length, I'm growing sunflowers by 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of them, all different kinds. So yeah, you never seen a bloom on your trees? They're like little pink blooms. They're like peach blooms. You have to be careful with growing peaches here. You have to get the right kind. If you don't, they get peach curl and peach fungus, and they're real touchy. But if you grow them underneath the eave here, you'll get peaches. And yeah, I'm cutting down an apple tree too. It gave me one apple last year, and then the year before that, I got one. And it's not that old. It's probably only 6, 7 years old. But it's always like 1, 2, 3. One year, I think I got 12 or 13. I'm like, nah. Well, hello there, fellow Earthling Shawnee. Just jibber jabbering about cutting down some trees today. Fruit trees. I'm cutting down apricot, apple, plum, anything on that north side there. It's got to go. Yeah. So they're coming at 10 o'clock to cut it all down. Cutting down fruit trees. Wait, what? Yeah, they're not doing anything. So if they're not doing anything, cut them down. Well, from the east, the sun comes up from the east, goes down in the west, and on the north side, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees along there that really doesn't do a whole lot the past few years. They sent they're no, they're not. They're not produced. Well, they put blooms, lots of blooms, but can't eat blooms. So yeah, that's the bigger stuff is for smoking. That's going cured up on there's this higher bench and it sits in there underneath the bench and it cures and dries there. And then the rest is going into biochar making. I have a huge biochar pile there, but getting away with making the biochar here, what are we planting in its place? Well, there are other trees that I've already planted there that are just coming up. Like there's a cherry tree, there's a Bing cherry tree there, and then there's a hazelnut there. There's 2 Italian plums there, and a mulberry. So all the rest can get cut down, and then I'm going to put down all along from the east to the west on the north side. That'll all be planting several rows of velvet sunflowers for that wedding. But I'm still going to have a tree here and there and here and there. They're already fairly good size, and then the grapevines are going through there, so it'll grow up. And it's all. And I'm going to put a couple more trees there too. I've been looking at some different things. So it's just something that you have to do in the food forest sometimes. Out with the old and in with the new. It's kind of hard to do because you grow these from experiments. Most of my trees are experiments. I just don't go out and purchase something. I'll make a clone or I'll grow from a pit from the local area tree that's already growing here. That's how I ended up with this apple. That's my favorite apple. It was growing wild in the bush, and I noticed every year it was loaded, never pruned and never watered, never fertilized. And I'm like, well, something's doing something here. And so I grew that, 15 years ago. And every year I cannot eat all the apples. I can't even give away all the apples off of it. So, it's a touch and go. A concept of observation is key to your environment for what you're doing in your locale. It's easy for people to say, grow this, grow that. But if you don't know, so. Whoa, what are we planting in? Okay. Biochar, Howie. I found out there's a facility here in Minnesota that produces biochar. You can make your own. Don't buy that. You know, a lot of people don't understand that. Just have a fire, and then on the outside of the fire, there's always that blackened pieces. That's biochar. It's where the moisture is taken out and the resins are all gone from the biochar, and then you're able to crush it. The big thing about biochar, I've been using it for years, and my soil is pretty darn good, you know. And the big thing about loading up that biochar with like I put it in my wheelbarrow, then I put my wood ash in there, and then I soak it, and then all the wood ash goes through. It's like a block of Swiss cheese. So I make my own quite often. So this year I've got like a mega pile, but I need some anyway because this is my year. I'm pushing out along the boulevard more, and I'm putting out olive trees on my boulevard this year, and I'm putting out several kinds of figs. And so I've been given the go ahead from two people on the side over here, and like on their frontal properties where they don't even look after it, they don't even care, they just mow it, and the other guy just put a bunch of rocks on it. So that's really nice. Biochar, how I found out there. Yeah, biochar is worth money, especially human grade. Takes out toxins too out of humans. Hey, I was told my garden is the site for a future wedding. What? Yesterday? What? Hey, that's a good thing to do, especially if people want flowers for that wedding. You can make some good, serious cash there and have fun. I agree. It's a smart. Oh, Adrian says hi to Shawnee. I agree. It's a smart move, but it still hurts a little. We have trees we have to take out and replant for various reasons as well. Yeah, and utilizing that wood for whatever purpose you're using. It's yours. Yes, I make my own smart. You can make a biochar maker out of a 50-gallon drum, and what it does is it just smolders in there kind of, and you just want the moisture and the resins to leave, and then it gets really thick. And you could burn biochar anytime, like charcoal, like it'll burn for you too. Hey. Make it by Mandy. Hello. Just quick pop in to say hi. I'm waiting for the news conference on tariffs. We'll pop back later. You have a good day. I'm not going to wait for that. People don't understand tariffs. Hey, they go, oh, we're going to put a tariff on Canadian goods. Okay, so the American citizens now has to pay more to get something from Canada. They don't realize that, and they're like, yay. Now they have these greeting groups when you take the Coho ferries, the Clipper or something. One of the ferries, I don't even know if they're even running anymore, but one of the ferries here that goes to Seattle, there's whole groups of people going, yay, Canada, come here, please come here. And they welcome you with gifts. And it's like, wow, what a difference. I love American people. They're very cool people. I know what? Wedding? What? Olive trees on Boulevard. Yeah. Olive trees in the Boulevard and figs. Yeah, yep. I know what? Wedding? Oh, I think that's what you said, unless I'm reading it wrong. That's possible. People are saying, hey, Ark Wildman's here. How did he? Oh, wow. And Guardian Prep, and hello all. I hope you're doing well and having a success in your gardens. Oh, yeah. Rocking along. It's spring is springing, if not have sprung here. And Jigs is here. Food Forest Permaculture. Welcome. And there you go. Give you a wrench to go and say hi to your pals, because I think you probably have some pals here, Jigs. If you don't know Jigs Farm, he's a really cool guy. Make sure it's him, because there's been shenanigans on YouTube, and it isn't. Really decent fella, fun guy, and good man. People saying hello, and Arky here. Arky Wild Man. Gotta get it there, man. Blizzard warning here tomorrow. I have batteries to charge and things to do. Listening, of course. You take care of your domain there, your domicile, or You do what you got to do. A blizzard ain't fun. And yeah, Jake's just saying hello, saying hello, hello, hello. I don't have anything to answer. Yeah, so you're having a wedding there where you are too, Shawnee, at the garden site. That's pretty cool. I think that's what I read. I hope that's what I read. Better put that thing back. There we go. Yeah, my brother's getting married. Wow, that's cool. Very cool. Be cool to have the lunch come from your garden and flowers. That'd be cool. They want to have the wedding at the garden. Yeah, there's people here that are coming after a wedding this year. They're coming here with like several guests. So that should be pretty cool. And then I'm going to a wedding on the West Coast, a family member. But because I have to travel all the way there, I'm gonna go fishing and catch lots of fish. I already have this. I have a scout. I have my main scout, my chief scout, and then I have the guide, and they're native guys, hey, and they know where to go get the fish. They know what to do. So you're out into the wilds then. So you know, I'm going to Ucluelet, Tofino, and hopefully I go all the way to Brooks Peninsula, and I'm hoping to go as far as Cape Scott. So, yeah, yeah. So I'm going to do a bunch of fishing. I have to. I'm not getting any younger. So Guardian Preppin's here all the way from South Africa. And he's saying hello to what's up, Arky? Arky's always doing something cool. Very common sense guy. I love that guy. They want to have the wedding at the garden. Yeah. Anyone know Lamb's here? Yeah, I do. New ground cover I put in. Yeah. Yeah. No. Lamb's ear is soft, if I remember right. Yep, very soft. Hi, oops, Ark Wildman. Oops, Ark Wildman. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm picking. My friend Mrs. V is coming over. We're going to picking Claytonia, miner's lettuce, and watercress today, and she wants to plant some bulbs too. So go do that, and then I have workmen coming to do that tree work. So I've got a busy day ahead of me. The only piece of oak in the house that had to be refinished was done yesterday. That's all been. That was the polyurethane was put down, or urethane, whatever the heck it was. So, but the high traffic area from the foyer to the dining room and the living room and going to the bathroom, that was a high traffic area for years and years, and it got worn down. So I didn't want to replace that oak. It's not cheap. It's like $250 a box. So it's just like, now I'm sand it down. So I had a guy sand it down, and pretty big sander he used too. But they covered the entire living room with these drop sheets, and they were like a type of like cotton like, and the dust all just settled right on the sheets, and they rolled up the sheets and out they went. And then yesterday, that piece they put down 2 coatings. It took 8 hours. They put down 4 hours. I helped lots too, and I did a little bit too, but I can't do a lot. Lamb's ear is soft. I remember, right? Yeah, very soft. Yep. Aged wood is great. Yeah, it was white oak from the oak forest of the eastern seaboard of the U.S., and it was white oak. And when it was sanded down, it sure looked pretty. You could see all the grain where it just looked pretty. And but it feathered in really well, that polyurethane. They put the first coat on, and then they put the second coat on, and I did all the little edgings because of the molding and stuff. Yeah. And someone's saying hello to Jigs. Yeah. Adrian. Yep. Shawnee, 100% edible perennial. Now there's lamb's ear and then lamb's. There's another one here. There's two of them. I believe they're both edible. And lamb's quarters. There's lamb's quarters, lamb's ears, and I think there's even another one they use for chicken feed. Yeah. There's maybe they're all the same. I don't know, but some things I know that's good to eat, like fresh and young. Like I eat it. I don't even know the name, but I know I've been eating a long time, and old people told me, yeah, it's okay to eat that one. If you try to go around remembering them all, you'll never die of dementia or Alzheimer's, man. Like there's millions of plants and mushrooms and trees, and it's interesting that what's edible. Jay Dixon, hello, hello, hello. And there's Jay Dixon. We'll give Jay Dixon the standard and operator. And let's go see if is Jay Dixon. I'm so happy to see you live today. Well, I'm happy to see you here as well. Let's go see Jay Dixon now. Uh-oh. Jay Dixon, you've been around a long time. I think it is you, whoever you are. You've got 17 subscribers. Hey all, hello. Adrian's okay. Jigs is saying I'm doing my first ever live interview on Friday. I noticed that was with Silly Lily's hubby. Yeah. Smart guy. He's really enthusiastic about the biology of soil. Yeah, Ken. Yes. I was trying to think of his name. He's such a jolly fellow too. Hey, I love that. Enthusiastic is a good word. Yes. He's very enthusiastic. It's all about the biology, man. And he's right. Like he's absolutely correct when he says that. And it is. It's all about the biology. Like everything in nature, like when soil's made in nature, it's very interesting. The leaves fall off, bear poop, deer poop, a bug dies. And this accumulates. So it's 1 inch. So an inch is about that much every 10 years in a forest setting. Okay. A right touch of fishing. Hey, how's it going, buddy? So that's what happens every 10 years in nature is you get 1 inch. Now, if you can make that good to see you, Mucky. Or is this Nikki? Go to channel. But so you want to try to replicate that? Like, yeah, it is Mucky. Cool, right touch of fishing's here. Cool channel. I go there sometimes and watch them catch fish. Jay, hey there, Jay. KP Heathen. Now you already have a permanent wrench. You guys are pretty cool. But KP Heathen, you're having bad weather? Yeah. So what happens in nature was that 1 inch every 10 years cumulative all these biomass that accumulates. So these are like all homes for microbes and worms and nematodes. There are some beneficial nematodes too, right? So all these creatures break down into soil, this that falls down on the ground, right? And there's quite a few. So what happens then? You want to try to emanate and replicate what that is. So what I do is I do hashtag pathway soil bank. And what that is soil in any mass that's green, like fresh, and then you have brown that's older, that goes in layers. And then it all comes together and makes a beautiful soil. And you don't have to do anything. The way I do it is very ergonomic, but the way you do it as well. But I'm just giving you the lowdown a little bit. It's I'm not saying my way is better than anyone else. I just do a lot less work. That to me is everything. Who wants to work, right? If you got all this free time and you were ergonomic, I mean, you did the best efficient way of doing something, then you can do a lot more efforts towards other chores or duties or jobs or whatever it is you're doing. KP Heathen, do you have bad weather? You're being asked. I don't develop my channel. I use my energy to support other gardening educators. Well, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm always here to see you in the coolest channels. Ha. Great to see you. Yes, KP Heathen. Very cool. I've actually gone over and I've watched a few of his videos. Going good, Howie. It's Nick and Mucky. Thanks for the blue. Oh, you're very welcomed. Shawnee Grows. Hey, hope you are all well. Oh yeah. I'm got a full day ahead of me. It's Tuesday, and I have a full day ahead of me. I'm taking down some trees that I don't wish anymore, which I rarely do. And there's other trees that are coming up right beside it, like Italian plum, and there's mountain ash there, which is a nitrogen fixer. I really want that coming up. And then the robins, the birds, I really like them, and they eat the mountain ash berries. They're not for human consumption, but yeah. So that's going to be a full day, and I'm making some more biochar wood, and then I'm having wood for smoking. Good, Howie. It's okay. Yeah. Hi, Nick and Mucky. Thanks for the blue. Yep. Right touch. If you hope you're all. Yeah. KP. Hey, Gear. Only Tuesday. Why can't it be Friday? I wish. I have a long week ahead of me. The doctor's appointments. I'm going shopping for more bulbs, even though I'm planting a ton today. And only Tuesday. I can't. Gear, you're sweet. Good evening. I watched one of your videos. It was kind of like Halloweenish. It was scary. You had your light and you were chatting. I forgot what you were chatting about, but Mick and Nick, hello from Oops. Good evening or morning, folks. Yes, it could be like Guardian Prepping. It could be evening where he is. I hope his gardens come along. I put his new gardening prepping channel. I attached it to mine on my playlist so people could go and see what a new one. And then as years go by, his produce. He has a lot in this little area. I'm like, that reminds me of me, a jam-packed 6 p.m. there. Caution shopping got you in tangle of trouble a while back. Yeah, I remember that. I'm not going there. And even though they have good deals, they have these nice bulbs from Israel. They're beautiful. Bulbs and good price, but I'm not going there. I already gave back. I don't want anything to do with them. I gave back their membership and I pulled my credit card from there. I never used it anyway, but never heard back either from them. So, hey, piss off. Not getting my money. No. Don't you want to be mean and rude and nasty? No. Don't. No. Not even going there. Yeah. 6 p.m. Oh yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't go there, Jay. I wouldn't go there. No. There's plenty of places to shop. Besides, I'm driving like 25 or 30 miles to go shopping there. I'll save a ton on fuel. I got to keep it crazy from going. Gear. I need to make an updated vid. Plenty has changed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The chronology of the entire place, from planting, making your clones, and working out from your new food forest and through the village. That's what I'm doing this year, but I'm not really videotaping it or anything. I'm just doing it. I'm at my 10-year mark's coming up on March 15th, and I'm just going to do my own thing. And I'm not carrying a cell phone. I'm not carrying a camera. I'm not having even the computer. I think I'm even throwing away my whole computer. I'm just downsizing the electro smog. I think I've watched videos on 17 minutes. A cell phone was put beside a mouse for 17 minutes, okay? A year goes by, that mouse is full of bloody tumors. The mouse that wasn't around the cell phone for 17 minutes a day never had a problem. And that was a study and experiments I followed, and I watched it all. So, and I got plenty of those tumors. So, so they call it fibrin and fat deposits, and whatever. I don't have time for it. So I'm getting away from that. It's just something I feel better when I leave the city and I go out into the bush and through the wilds of British Columbia. Within 3 days, I'm feeling like Superman. Why? Well, there's clean air, no radiation, no electro smog. I'm eating berries and plants and having a good time. By the third day, I don't have any ailments. Well, at least none I can find. They call it comorbidity. Which one do you have? So I've got a few different ones, and sometimes I'm supposed to get this CPAP machine, an oxygen bottle, and what a run around. The system in Canada sucks. So welcome to Canada, free healthcare. Yeah, right. Sure it is. If you can get it. And you get into the system, man, and it's the worst system you'll ever get into. And it's nowhere else like that, hey? And sure, you can get like a broken arm fixed here fairly quickly. But if you need surgery or something like that, they farm it out to all these surgeons. There's, that you go see them, you go through all this stuff, and oh, well, they just send you on your way, and then it gets worse and worse. And, it's not like other places in the world. You go there, you get fixed, and then you send you home. Here, you become an outpatient and you get lost. And if you cause a problem, you could sit by the garbage can for like 9 or 10 days. 9 days is the last time I was there. I'm done. So that passport, bye-bye. When I got a problem, I go over to Seattle there. There's a hospital right there. Here's the money. Thank you very much. They're not the only institution in the world, and these people they think they're they're all that. Oh, you go ahead and think all that. I'm not interested in it. As soon as this logistics is worked out, bye. You get someone else to put in your little circle and watch run around and get so freaking sick and confused, and then that guy died. Well, there's another one there. Well, let's see that one. There's another one there. Another one there. That's the way it is here. It's a socialistic healthcare system. There's my rant for the day. The body stores toxins in fat cells because it doesn't know what to do with them. Exactly. I cleanse every day and I do my best and I exercise and I eat clean food, but I need some pretty heavy duty surgeries to remove some masses and stuff. And it's not happening here. It's going on years now, and they're getting bigger. And, I got an aneurysm in my thoracic aorta, right? There's a tear. So you ask them what they're going to do about it. You know what the internal medicine doctor says? Oh yeah, we were wondering about that. Doesn't answer what they're going to do about it. So F off. You're not the only person in the universe, pal. And just go away. Go on. Bye-bye. Yeah. You go elsewhere. And that's one thing my American doctor told me. You don't have to go to that institution because there's no love there. All the higher ups don't do shit, and all the slaves down below do all the work. And that's what's going on here. And they want privatization. So I'm not going to get involved. Bye-bye. That's what I'm going to wave. Bye-bye. I can't even get a CPAP machine. I can, but I have to go through this big process, and it went through it. Didn't happen. The guy filled it out wrong. And it's always the same thing. And it always leads back to this group of jerks. So there, I'm buffering here too, Shawnee Gross. Buffering? What? Buffering? No way. Put a 1 in the chat if you're buffering. My chives are starting to chive in the gear. It's all made to be screwed up. Yeah, it's orchestrated. Absolutely. The body stores toxins and absolutely. No buffering. See, no buffering. Have you tried ivermectin? No. I've seen it. 30, 40 years ago, healthcare in Canada was okay. Yeah, absolutely, man. We had the best. But it's orchestrated. These doctors want to privatize it. But 25 or 30% of the doctors that work at the health authority here don't do shit. They haven't even seen a patient in 20 years. For real. You see walk-in clinics here, you go there, they're like, oh, we don't accept patients. You can't get a doctor. And then when you go look at the doctor, they just move in, they buy an office from another doctor, these young doctors. And then you never see anybody come and go for months and years. Why? Because it's orchestrated. Seems, yeah, well, get them, Howie. It's common sense. I mean, it's quite clear to what I can see. I'm not stupid. But people get scared because they're sick or that, and then they go away and it passes or gets worse. But I mean, there is some people doing some good work. I'm sure there is. Just you got to find them. But in the institutions here, my American doctor, my German doctor, and a couple other doctors around the world, they say, no, you Canadians come here because they got money, right? They just leave here, go get it done. A lot of them go down to the States. No, just bypass this place altogether. It's so disgraceful. It's terrible. Yeah, Jay, you're right. Yeah, it's worse than the last decade or so. I'm buffering. I'll go out and come back. Buffering here too. So geared Shawnee. Have you tried? No buffering. Seems it has corrected now. Ivermectin and fenbendazole have studies proving. Oh, wow. I think it's wonderful to have knowledge, and that's one good thing that the internet has given folks. There are a lot of restrictions on the internet. It was designed by the Central Intelligence Agency for the military operations around the world. That's why we have the internet. It's not because of someone that copies a microprocessor or whatever. It was designed by military strategists for control of their military in the field, and that's why we have it. And it's now sprung into artificial intelligence. I'm not a fan of that, but if you want a chip in your brain, go get one. When the EMP happens, I wonder what happens to that microchip in your ground. You see a lot of people going like this. You probably shouldn't have got that chip. See, sorry. I need a coffee. I better be careful what I say. Thank you for the thumbs up. But I think I've been doing almost a year. Oh, smart. I do know, like in my prepper group, a lot of people do that, and they work at the a health facility or they're a doctor or whatever. I get to hear all kinds of shit, hey? And our medical system here is slowly imploding, but they always know there's going to be sick people. And it's, when they put up signs, we care. Well, if you care, you don't need to put up a sign saying we care. Okay. Because, it's just, or they put up things like, oh, we've got new robots, we've got this. And then you see the ones that are doing it and they're total assholes. I know them, and they're jerks, and they're, you know, I see it and I'm like, I wouldn't even go near them with a 10-foot pole. I'm leaving to do any medical thing from now on in the future. I'm just jumping on the plane. Mostly I'll just get on a ship and just go get what I need done and then come back home. Simple. Avoid the jerks. Very simple. Today, I'm avoiding some trees that won't give me fruit. See? Chop, chop, chop. I've been doing, yep, I bet you have. I think it's smoked salmon time. Why not? If you can take care of yourself, do it. Because no one else is going to look after you but you. Jesus once said, you are your own best physician. Eh? Otis likes to chop, chop, chop. Gear. Oops. Animals are treated for parasites, but doctors don't treat humans. Oh, interesting. Colloidal silver is nice. I have that. I've used that. Gotta go. Gotta see you, Howie, and everyone else. Bye. Bye, Jay Dixon. Yeah, just look after yourself. Get good exercise. Eat clean food. You want organic food. That's where it's at. Everybody that's leaving, cheers. See you, Jay. Just look after yourself. You'll do really good. It's when you don't look after yourself. Like I'm looking after myself by getting rid of the electro smog around me. So that's how I'm doing it. I have to. Okay? Have to. If you don't look after yourself, who's gonna? You think someone else is? No. You have to pull the weight, toe the line, whatever. Do what you got to do, right? Yep. I drink my lemon water for my cleanse as soon as I wake up. Then I take my nutraceuticals, and then I want to see what's on the end of my fork. And usually it's, avocado, wild salmon, some arugula, that kind of thing, And I don't eat carbohydrates or sugar. I exclude that from. I've lost about 10 pounds too. That's called autophagy, where your body starts using up what you have, like stored, like fat and muscle, and it's called autophagy. And a lot of people get it confused with ketogenic, and it's not the same. Ketogenic is you're feeding yourself high protein, high lipid food, and you're skipping carbohydrates and sugar. But what happens if you just use what you have inside your body? So for several hours a day, I do that. Word of the day: apoptosis. Smart. Yeah. So autophagy, that's what that is you're using what you have. And I notice around 2:00, I'm like, gotta eat. And then in the evening, I gotta eat. And I'm like, no, have a cup of tea or water, or a glass of lemon water. It's so you start using up your stored. And that can be rough too, because fat cells, fat that stores a lot of toxins. So when you're cleaning up, it's tough. You got 50, 60 years of garbage in there. So, but I've always cleaned up, but I've always, when I was younger, I had a family to feed, right? So you don't have time to make healthy food. You eat a can of SpaghettiOs or whatever and get going, can of beans or plate of beans and go, go, go. I cut a lot of firewood and shake blocks in my day. I cut a lot of firewood and got good money for it. Yep. But even if you were like looking after yourself with cutting firewood or shake wood, you're making good money. There's always someone that wants a piece of your action. Yeah. You only eat supper. Smart. Ramadan's going on right now. They do that for a month where they switch around the food intake like that. You know, they I don't know exactly how it all works, but it seems like them folks are pretty healthy in the Middle East. They seem healthy, right? So there must be something to it. I got a case of persimmons from Israel last week, and they were a gift. I'm like, looking at them, I'm like, persimmons, okay. I took one for the seed, and I gave the rest to some people that here in the village. I said, no, I can't have this. But a friend of mine gave it to me, and she's like, oh, you got to try these. These are really great. And I've had persimmons before. I've had ones from Japan and the American one. I've never had an Israeli one, but it was really good. Like I tried a little piece of the one, and then I've got the seed drying. But I would never eat a whole one because it's a lot of sugar. Word of the day. I only eat supper, but have only real foods for supper or as snacks. Smart. Whole food is where it's at. Whole, clean, organic, free range. You know, really go out of your way and spend that extra dollar. You know, you might not have new shoes every month or whatever, but hey, Verna, good gracious morning. Oh, yes. Was your ears burning last night? No, I don't think so. Why? You're not voodoo dolling me or something, are you? No, I think I've seen you somewhere. Where was it? You were leaving somewhere. Where was that? They were talking about you. I forgot about how you're where you live and how you're micromanaging your place for producing food, and they were very impressed with you. I have persimmon everywhere. Love them, but don't eat the skins. Bitter and shriveled mouth, but might be really healthy. Oh yeah, well that's where the vitamin D and minerals all are. And Shawnee is going. Good, yeah, yeah. We had a couple of persimmon gear says trees in our property growing up, and we ate a few. The deer ate a lot. We ate a lot of deer. Smart. Deer meat's very healthy for you, very lean and delicious. I was bragging about you on another channel, directing people to you. Well, thank you. You're very kind, Ray. Yeah. I think you were on your way out, and I was just on my way in. I think I may have missed you there. I forget where it was. I think it was on uh, I forget. It's still morning and I'm still drinking coffee. And by 10 o'clock, there's a bunch. So and Tear. That's right. That's a really cool channel. That's a very cool channel. Yeah. They have it going on. They live off what they're producing in land, and there's a lot of crafts and all kind of things they talk about, and really good for your mind. Hey, So and Tear. If you want to put up So and Tear's link in here, Bay, you may, and then people can go. I've been over there a few times. Very cool lady there. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to present what she's talking about, and she knows a great deal about everything. And she spreads a lot of love. Like I was very impressed with her. So and Tear, So and Tear. Yes, it was So and Tear. I couldn't remember. I'm sorry. At night, especially in the evening, I get really tired. Hey, and I have some core morbidities that act up at night. and can get pretty rough. Sometimes I don't think I'm going to make it. The blood pressure goes up and your heart hurts and you got pain going down your arm. And I take a nitroglycerin spray. I take a shot of that. Usually by the third shot, it comes down and it stops the blood pressure from, I'm having real trouble with these masses, and I'm having a real problem with the medical system here. So my dad taught me if you can't chop a piece of wood, you find someone that can chop that piece of wood, because some have knots or whatever. So it's relating it to that you just go by this institution and go somewhere else. So got the passport all worked out, some logistics worked out. Now I can do the old, hey, read that, because I could sit here and rant about a bunch of bullshit, but it's not going to do you any good. You got high blood pressure over goofballs, right? Oops says we have fat deer here. Marbled, beautiful meat, not lean as others. Well, yeah, it'll all, a deer is outside. It'll feed and get fat, and that's beautiful. And as winter goes by, it uses up those reserves. Just think like that, okay? When you're a human being, you get fat, and then you don't use it up. You're in your nice cubicle or house or whatever. Okay, what's wrong here? Well, then you accumulate it again next year. A deer goes up and down, So try to be like an animal in the wild, and you'll be much healthier. Deer are pretty tough, hey? Sow and Tear. Oh, good. You put it up the channel. Oh, awesome. That's a Friends. What? There's a different one? Friends of Sow. Oh, on Facebook. Okay. Yeah. They're very, she's got it going on. She's a very, very good common sense person, and she has a lot of intelligence, and she has a lot of love for everybody. I like that. It takes no talent to have fear and hate somebody, but it takes real talent to love. Yeah. And it's beautiful. Howie, check out Strauss Heart Drops. Oh, all herbal, and you can copy it yourself. I've made my own for years. Wow, that's wonderful. Oops. Hey, wild edibles. A smiling, waving sun. How are you doing, sunshine? She is a wildlife biologist. I knew there was something special about her. Everybody has a special talent. Yeah, 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 yeah. I listened to her talking, and she's very knowledgeable. Very, she's 100% always showing love towards everybody and everything she does. So that's a special person, someone you should hang on to. Go and check out Show and Tear. Howie, check out. Oh, yep. She is a wild. Yep. Okay. Just got to move this thing. Here we go. Hey, Wild. Hey, Wild. What's going on, Wild? What's wild, Wild? Good morning, everybody. Cheers. Cutting down a bunch of trees today. Ones that don't produce. It's going to be sad to see some of my experiments gone, but what are you going to do, right? They're not doing anything, and they're taking up space, and they're not doing anything. Well, they are doing something. I mean, but I need production. Just cleaning up, finding everything. That's I have to do that too. I have like where I've been stuffing everything. I had the room painted and then a new oak floor put in it, like my back room there. And I just keep putting stuff in there. There's there's saws and all the recycling's on top of everything. It's above freezing and raining today. Yeah, it's going to be pretty nice here today. Everything's in bloom here except not apples or something like that, or pears, but everything else is blooming away. All the different plums and cherries and stuff, they're just pumping it out here, and all the bulbs are all up. I'm getting away from videotaping and then putting it up on the net. So I'm not doing it as much. But today, this afternoon, I'm going to get some watercress and claytonia with my good friend. And I'm planting some bulbs with my good friend. And the boys are coming to cut these trees down. I've tagged everything that I don't want. It's not producing anything for me. And then, see, I've been preparing for this for the past 3 years. I've put other trees in amongst besides them. So when they come down, these other ones come up and they're already producing fruit. So like my Bing cherry and stuff, that'll really open it up for the Bing cherry, and it'll really open it up for my mulberry. My mulberry's looking hot. So yeah. And my citrus outside, I put up a short video yesterday, and I take my citrus inside or under cover by November 1st to March 1st, and I provide a little extra warmth, and then I put it back outside, and that's how I do my citrus, and I'm very successful with my citrus that way. So, but if you want to just do whatever you do, and that's fine too, but they're like, it's like a newborn baby too early, and you have to put them in an incubator. It's kind of the same idea with citrus. You have to baby them for that 3-4 months here. So from November, December, January, February. So for 4 months, I take mine inside. And then by March 1st, I put it outside. Supposed to get up to 60 here today. That's not too bad. It's snowing right now, but later we should be able to take some ice off the roof near the chimney. Yeah. Before around your chimney there, if you got some old whey powder and some salt, and just put it around there, and then that it's easier for it to leave. Mulberries, the first of the fruiting trees. Yeah. Right now, my plums are all blooming, except not my Italian plum. That doesn't come till later, but the peach plum, the Friste plum, the cherry plums, sugar plums. There's a bunch of different kind of plums around here. The Mirabelle, that's all blooming. Mirabelle's first to bloom here. Mirabelle plum. They're nice. They're very nice. Mulberry's the first of the fruiting trees. Absolutely. Someone's talking about mulberry cobbler. Oh yeah, gear. I'm taking videos before all the ice is off, so any contractors that come to help can see what is like come thaw. Well, the thing is that it's prevention. Where you are it's zone 4 or something, 3 or 4. So it's all in prevention. Here, I've been telling the guy next door, he moved in about 15 years ago or whatever. And every 2 or 3 years, he's got to paint the north side of the house. So I tell him what to do, and he doesn't do it. And I said, well, come see my north side of the house. And there's not any bunch of algae and moss and peeling. And he's like, well, how do you do it? And I'm like, well, I have some tricks. And I told him he didn't do it. So now I just noticed yesterday is the entire side, and it's a fairly new house that was just renovated. Just 2-3 years ago, to add all new paint. Now it's do it again. You can do it right the first time, or you can continue to do it, and it's the wrong thing to do all the time. It's as simple as that. Mulberry cobbler. Oh yeah, gear. Mulberry pies are delish. Yes, they are. I'm tracking my mulberry and wild one to see which bear fruit. Weird trees at times. I'm tracking my mulberry and wild one to see which bear fruit. Weird trees at times. Oh, interesting. I have one mulberry, and it's an umbrella mulberry with the black mulberries on it. They're really black and elongated. They're delicious. And so I'm taking out the apricot right beside it. I don't want it anymore. It's not giving me anything. And then I'm not messing around. I'm not doing it anymore. Boy, I've replaced it already. Everything pretty much. I'm going to throw in a couple of more trees. So, but it's going to be some bunch of different things going on there. They oops. Sometimes one will bear a few fruits one year, and the bumper crop another. Yeah. It's our last wall that needs to be insulated. The heat loss melts the roof and is rotting the wall. Yeah, that's not good. You need repair. Yes, it gets on my nerve. Well, the thing about mulberries is that they have a really heavy duty root system. I mean, monstrous root systems. Okay. So they need a place to travel to. Yeah. Oops. Mulberry trees do great with the nail method. Never heard of that. Hey, CR. Hey. Good to see you, CR. Oh, wait till you see in the future my rows of sunflowers. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have some pretty good sunflowers there. A complete row of the whole north side of the property. I'm taking down a lot of trees, and then the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 feet away from the north side be all sunflowers. Yeah, pound a penny nail in the root or trunk. Interesting. Never did that. Howie, oops, Bay. Yep. Hello. Bay, I'll check it out. Yeah, I've never heard of that. Cheers. And cheers to CR. Oh my. I must have another coffee. Yep. Oh. It's neat to walk on that oak flooring that's been redone. It was looking pretty ugly from the high traffic area. Now it's like it pops. It's like, wow, is this my house? It pops. Yeah. I need a pick me up. Hey, pick me up. Howie, have you ever heard of a water pie? I don't believe so there, Verna. I don't believe so at all. I don't even know what a water pie is. Lots of things that you can learn about. Have many fruit and nut trees and try to tell who's going to load me down. It is a depression sweet. Yeah. So your water pie is a bowl of water you drink it, or a chest pie. Never heard of chest pie either. You guys are messing with me. Yep. Absolutely. Here's something. This is the reason why I'm getting away from electro smog. You see that little burn mark right there? That was next to my cell phone in my pocket, and I could smell it. This is my Swiss Army knife, okay? And that was a couple years ago now. And there it is there. It actually burned, my cell phone burned that. So if it's doing that to that, what's it doing to me? I have a cell phone, but I never keep it on much. And it's not off. It's on right now, but I'm just expecting a call. That's why it's on. But I turn it off wherever I go. Hold on. We'll type out the recipe. Cornmeal is main ingredient. Well, I won't be eating anything high carb. I don't eat carbs. I refuse to. Dirty fuel. Oh yeah, I found more hanging baskets. I need to plant some seeds today and get the rest of your seeds together. Cool. Oh geez, Howie. Yeah. Well, I'll show it to you again. It's freaking for real. There it is. Now, if it's doing that to that, you got a lot of minerals inside you. What the hell do you think it's doing to you? Right there. That's a couple, 3 years ago now. That's scary. Yeah, it is scary. I just watched a video, and of a study that was done. I'm not going to mention who did it, but it's a pretty big institution. And they put a cell phone right next to a mouse. Over here, they got another mouse with no cell phone, like quite a ways away at a different place. This one got a whole bunch of tumors and died real early. And the other one lived old and no tumors. And they kept doing those experiments over and over, and it's the same result. Okay, I'm done. I mean, that's my whole idea of getting healthier, is to get away from the electrosmog. When I leave here and I go to the island or I go to the bush here, I get healthier in 3 days. In 3 days, a lot of my comorbidities go way down. My blood pressure goes way down. The pain in my chest goes away. I don't have to use my nitroglycerin shot. Why? So I did experiments, like not controlled experiments, but I took people that were ill with me just to watch them. They improved. Why? You know, why? Why is someone that's really sick and ill improving? I took a 70-plus-year-old lady with me on a walk to China Beach. After about the third day, she woke up and she came out of her the camper. She's like, "I'm ready to go for a walk now." And I'm like, "Yeah, right. You don't walk very far. You're kind of creaking and cracking a little bit." She walked all the way there and back. No problem at all. So the next 3 days, I know she's improving. She's improving. She's happy, healthy. She's got her little dog. Get back to the city within 3 or 4 days, she's sick again. Why? That's all I'm saying. Why? There's why. Because CR is present. And there's why. Water pie, preheat oven, water fair. I put pan on cookie sheet. Place pie crust in pie pan. Carefully pour in 1.5 cups of water into the crust. Are you serious? You're for real? Yeah. Oops. That type of plastic would take really high heat for a long period of time to melt. Yep, I agree. Oops. I agree. Absolutely. In a separate bowl, mix 1/4 cup of flour, 1 cup of sugar. Carefully sprinkle all over the water in the pie shell. Oh, interesting. The really old cell phones, everyone I met who had one has passed on with brain tumors. Use the speaker, keep them away from your head. Well, the controlled experiments that I watched, they had it for 17 minutes. Like, they had ones at 20 minutes and 10 minutes. At 17 minutes, that mouse had tons of tumors. Just saying. Burn marks, deformity. Yeah. Hey, look at present. Hey, very cool. Carefully sprinkle 2 tablespoons of vanilla over water mixture. Arrange 5 tablespoons of butter slices over pie. Carefully place in the oven. Bake 45 minutes. I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to go back and try it just to give it a go. I won't taste it. I might taste it, but I'll give it to the neighbor or something because there's flour in it. I don't eat flour, but I'll eat almond flour though. This one lady recently, she bought these almonds that were, smoked and stuff, and she could eat them because her teeth were bad. She was an older gal. And I was like, "Oh yeah." She goes, but my A1C is high and my glucose meter saying I'm above 10. And I'm like, "Well, is that normal?" And she's like, "No." So I said, "Well, what's in the packages that you're eating?" So she starts reading them, and I started reading the almond one. And right there it says carbohydrates and sugar. Almonds don't have carbohydrates and sugar. They have high protein and fiber. So I read further, and it says ingredients: almonds, second ingredient, sugar, third ingredient, maltodextrin, and the list went on and on and on. So she stops doing it. Guess what happens? Ooh, her A1C corrects itself. Yeah, her glucose meter goes down below 10. Why? Concept of observation is key to your survival in your environment. Failure to do so, you'll end up like that mouse gone with extra tumors. So, this computer, I've been sitting here for what, an hour now? What's that doing to me? So I'm going to enjoy my time getting out and about. I'm going to miss a lot of people. There's very cool people. Carefully sprinkle 2 tablespoons of vanilla over water mixture. Arrange 5 tablespoons of butter slices over pie. I'm going to try that. And carefully place in the oven, bake 45 minutes. That's very cool. I thought you were joking about the water pie. Hey, I made it with broccoli and sugar. Huh. Cool, then enjoy. And Shawnee Grows is still listening. Good for you. Mother Earth Garden Club. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you, Mother Earth Garden Club. Yeah, very cool. Just enjoying a cup of coffee and smoked salmon. Hey, I hit 20 thumbs up. I'm going to be leaving soon. They are saying hello to Mother Earth Garden Club. Hey, MEGC, kind of like Mountain Equipment Co-op, kind of. That's what it reminded me of. But yeah, at 10 o'clock, the guys are coming and I'm knocking down a few trees. I'm going to use the bigger stuff for smoking fish and the smaller stuff for biochar. But I bet I have a couple of cords of smaller branch stuff for biochar. I'm just going to light it all right in the center of the food forest. But I'm going to do it on a Sunday, invite the neighbors, come over, have a hot chocolate, and everybody will put a piece on. Get someone else to do it. Should shorten it to Meg. Laugh out loud. Yeah, she doesn't mind. I'm building a salad. You're building a salad. Huh. That's very complex. Smart. The food that you eat should always be the healthiest you can have. I mean, any food is good food. And but I mean, if you don't have anything, but always improve your food. There's so much added to food, like it's incredible, like coating our fruit with shellacs and resins and waxes. You need that skin. That skin, like take an orange, okay? The skin is super healthy for you. It's got limonene, citrulline. It's got a lot of stuff in it for you for healthy that I'm not going to get into, but when it comes down to greens, arugula is the highest for making arugula. Well, roquet, arugula. If you want nitric oxide for vasodilation, that's the one for you. Or watermelon is super healthy for you, and so is the rind. And that's the citrulline converts to arginine, which converts to nitric oxide inside you. And it's the vasodilation in your heart. That's what you're looking at here. And that's not from me. That's from that's what very much more professional than myself. It's kind of like putting a pie, eh? Yeah, pudding pie. Yeah, I'm going to try it, babe. Thanks for doing that. Yes, wild, but I used infused sugar. Very cool. Hey, G Mama. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you there, fellow Earthling. Wild, that was almond flour or other nut flours would work instead. Yeah. I like ones with no carbs. I don't care for carbs of any kind. I'm too aware of them to plug up my mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. That's where all the fuel goes, and carbohydrates is a dirty fuel. And I said that to a couple people, and they're like, I can't find anything on it. Where was your source? I'm like, well, I sat down with 2 orthomolecular practitioners, and they taught me that you have to pay to get that information. It doesn't come cheap. You all got it here for free. And you could switch out sugars for less carb options. Yeah. I have a jar of honey here. I've had it for quite some time, and it's all honeycomb inside from Turkey, from the Mediterranean. And they got some nice honey there, unpasteurized. And I look in there, I even seen a dead bee in there. I'm like, oh, cool. I'll eat that too. Wild edibles, I haven't figured out how to infuse stevia. Yeah, stevia is actually, it's not too bad. I found it didn't spike my sugar level at all. And it's just a green leafy plant, or then you can have the extract from the green leafy plant. I have both. It did not spike my sugar level. And you could switch out sugars. Yeah, less carbs. G Mama is here. Yay. Wild edibles. I haven't figured out how to infuse stevia. Interesting. I use monk fruit. Yeah. It's not a high glycemic. You're right. I'm diabetic. Yeah, same here. I'm full blown. I take, I went down 1 unit. Oh, it was exciting. I could go down 1 unit. I went from 10 units to 9 now, because I'm not listening to the bonehead that rearranged that. And he's a bonehead. He thinks he's an endocrinologist, and he's not. He's just a bonehead. But you don't know they're boneheads until you see that they're wrong. You're all hyped because you're going to get better and you're going to do this, but it's wrong. The numbers come back. It's wrong. And when I said that to that doctor, he just sat there. Wouldn't answer any questions. Yeah. I had my medical representative with me, and she's infuriated with the guy. She's a really smart lady too. Hey, she's super intelligent. And she called him an ignoramus, whatever that is. I didn't even heard that word before. Ignoramus. What the hell is that? She's always coming up with cool words. Hey, she's very, she's got a degree or two and stuff. So she's always teaching me new words. Yeah. I still have 1 teaspoon of maple syrup a day in my homemade chocolate or my plain yogurt with fruit and nuts morning brekkie. Well, probably a lot worse that you could have. Sugar, no matter where it comes from, whether it comes from wherever, it doesn't matter. It's all a sugar. It's glucose. And it's one molecule different than cocaine and heroin. Okay. So it's highly addictive. That's why it's put into pop. Oh, I drink zero. Oh, really? You drink zero Coke or zero whatever? You're kidding yourself. Drink some bloody water with lemon in it. You'll get used to it. It takes a couple of weeks. It's hard work. I was pre-diabetic, but keto just helped me a lot. I'm not keto, but she helped me drop a high carb diet. Yeah, well, carbs block up the mitochondria. It's like taking diesel fuel and putting it into a gasoline engine. It ain't going to run right. And it's the same with, if you're a Navajo runner in the desert in Nevada or wherever, and you're running 29, 30 miles a day, yeah, go ahead, eat your high carb. But you're not Navajo, so don't eat it. That's what the professional, how it was presented to me. You're not Navajo. You're not running 29 miles. You're not climbing Mount Everest. Okay? So that's simple as that. It's hard work. Yeah, it is. Same as I am, Meg. Hey, we've got you down to Meg now. Jess's channel. Yep. I helped her a couple times over the years. She was having some tax problems and got some people to help her out. She was very appreciative. I haven't seen her since, though. My second meal is mostly meat with a tiny bit of carbs and veggies. I need some carbs at the moment so I don't go too low, but I don't overdo my carbs or get high, then even lower. Yeah, that'll do it. I have for over 20 years avoided the pills. I've used exercise and diet to keep it low. Very wise, Verna. If you're going to eat carbs, you better be doing some heavy duty work, like a Navajo runner. You're not Navajo, okay? They can eat carbs and go for a run, 30-mile run. They're First Nations people. The Navajo I'm talking about. There's many First Nations. Many, many, many. And their DNA is not all the same. The DNA on the West Coast here to Central North America to Eastern North America, their DNA is not the same. People go, oh, those guys are native, or they call them Indians. No, they're not. They're totally different people altogether. And the word Indian, it does not apply. India is over on the continent of India. These people are native or First Nations or indigenous, you know. And I've corrected a few people over the years, but now I don't bother anymore. There's, you want to be stupid and say somebody that's not even that person, go ahead. Just shows me how intelligent you are. My second meal is mostly meat with a tiny bit of carbs and veggies. I need some carbs at the moment so I don't go too low. Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. You don't want to go down past 4.2 with your glucose meter, because if you're going below 4, you're on the floor. That's a diabetic thing. She has been very tired and sore. Excuse me. She has been very tired and sore, Lyme, bad ticks where she is. That's not good. I go to the gym almost daily and do 3 or 4 miles. Huh. Good for you. You must burn up, I call it my sugar walk. And I swing my arms, man. I'm like this and giving her. And what I do is when I'm walking, my feet are like this. So I come out like an inverted C like that. Then the next one comes out and goes over like that. And then this one comes in and goes over like that. So I'm constantly walking and putting it out. And then I'm swinging the arms. And I'll do that for as long as I can. I can't do it very long. But I then as soon as I recover and get some more air, I start going again because I have a tear in my lung. Sucks, man. Yeah, she has been very tired. I don't get that wild edibles. Yeah, elaborate. I go to the gym, yeah, but I have a problem with most. Yeah, if they work, seems I become. Yeah, well, don't do it. So you're not feeling well about something. I don't do it. I'm not telling you not to, but you do whatever you want. I walk everywhere, and homesteading chores do burn calories. Well, yeah, it's a unit of measurement. Like what you want to do is see what happens with sugar. Because in reality, berries came 2-3 weeks a year in the Northern Hemisphere. You might have had a honey or something, or maybe a little bit of maple syrup. But people have sugar all year round now. Well, that feeds, get this now, that feeds mold, yeast, and fungus inside the human being. Do you want to feed that? No, you don't. Trust me, you don't. Yeah, I walk. Lyme disease is a terrible disease. You're bloody right, it is. That's why I grow a lot of mint here. I have several kinds of mint, and because the deer come to the front of the food forest mostly, I have a ton of mint growing right up where people walk. And where the deer come through, ticks don't like mint. Mice don't like mint. Oh man, did I get a big mouse too? A big Norwegian mouse. He was huge, biggest one I ever seen in my mouse trap. He was dead. He'd been dead for a while too. I thought something smelled off underneath the balcony there, and there he was. He'd been there for a good month, and he was like flatter than a pancake. He had decomposed, And I looked him over, and the complete fur was all there, and the bones, but he had completely flat. He made him look real big. But they'll chew a hole and come into your house. Those guys. Even walking grocery shopping, we don't drive. No, walk there. Start in the morning and leave. Take your water bottle. I frustrate the medical. Good for you. Hey, CR smiling. Moving firewood around. Smart. Squatting is the best thing you'll ever do for yourself. Bending over and picking something up, that ain't so good for you. Squatting, and when you're squatting, you're going down and coming up, so you have a full breath of air. So on your way down, you let out a little bit. As you pick up the wood and come back up, you let all the air out, and you're there. Boom. You'll never tear a muscle. You're oxygenating, and you're not chipping and bone spurring because you're bending over. Oh, my back hurts. Squatting. People don't squat enough. You don't want to feed the bad guys in your guts. Hell no. Feed the good ones. Well, with 1 trillion, okay? Is it 1 trillion or 100 trillion? I don't remember. I think it's 100 trillion. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, you can buy the book called Biology of Belief by Dr. Bruce Lipton, and you can order it off Amazon. And in there, he talks about the biology of belief. Now, if you feed the bad ones, you're going to get sick. If you feed the good ones, you're going to get healthy. So what does that mean? Well, are you going to feed the mold, yeast, and fungus and parasites inside you? Good food? Like sugar? Good food? Well, parasites, they'll eat anything. I like to feed them pepsin, pepper. I'll put in a super hot chili pepper and just chew on that after I eat like sushi or raw salmon or something. Not just the horseradish or wasabi. Well, you don't really get wasabi here, but well, you do. And it's mild peppery taste wasabi. People are like, oh, because I use horseradish leaf and it's a really mild peppery taste when it's dry. I'm like, yeah, well, that's what I like. Right? I'm going to kill. Oh, we found a dead bunny on our walk to the park, just the fur and bones. Kids were looking at it with a stick. Well, good for them. Observation. Be careful, though. Don't touch it. You don't know why that bunny rabbit died. You know, what disease, or same with dead birds. You don't just go over and pick them up. You don't play with it with a stick. You don't know why that bunny died. Here they get trichinosis to whatever, It's a rodent. A bunny is a rodent, eh? Squirrel's a rodent. So they carry disease. Excuse me. You be careful with dead animals. The person that used to find out why an animal died was called a knackerman. And that's like back in the day before you had a coroner and stuff like that, right? It was called a knackerman. And the knackerman was called why these chickens died, why this horse died. And the reason why they called it a knackerman was because he had a knack, or she had a knack for figuring it out. And that's where the word came from, a knackerman. A little bit of trivia, I guess. So when you see something dead, be careful. If you're walking up and there's a bunch of dead crows, whoa, stay away. Why are they dead? If you're walking up and there's people going, I don't want to fight you, are you going to go over and say, oh, hi, give me a kiss? I don't freaking think so. You're going to go bang. Right? Sorry. A little graphic there. Disclaimer, coffee stories in chat. We just all sharing about ourselves. Yeah. You know what? With so much, control in this world. Like, I put out a video yesterday of my lemon tree, okay? In the first 30 minutes, it got 125 views in 30 minutes, that never happens to me. And I went, well, how long is it going to go before it's shut down? And so I checked back within an hour, it stopped. So there's a control on there. Like, why would you stop that? Or why would AI stop that? Like I've never got 100 plus in 30 minutes. Someone looking at one of my short videos. And I was quite impressed. There was this popping of balloons and stuff. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then I thought about it. How long will this last? At the present rate, I might get a viral video or some shit. No, it had to have been stopped by YouTube, the whoever, the AI or whatever. So my arthritic knees limits my squats. Old age sucks. Yeah. Don't eat old plants. Don't eat too much meat. Free range is for you. I was broken and not healthy, so in my healing journey, I've come a long way. I'm still here. My original journey had me going down a hole. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Spiraling fast, too. Salad's smart. You're a smart human being. Shawnee grows. West Nile takes out crows and people can get it. Oh, yeah. I have a problem with red meats triggers gout. Of course you do. When you're buying meat, you don't know where it come from. You don't know how that animal ate. Was that animal scared shitless when it died? That makes a difference. So it's high, it's got high uric acid. So what happens is the body's like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? Well, it sticks to your joints here and there. And all of a sudden, that hurts. Well, of course it hurts. Excuse me for a minute. I got a cough. Didn't want you to hear that. Shawnee, are you growing your own lettuce? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sitting in the sunshine. CR. Yeah. Oh, well, it looks like there's people here, so I gotta go. And Mother Earth, I harvest the tray of lettuce I had, so now I had to buy an organic blend from the store. I don't have enough room in the grow station to grow lettuce. Well, that's what microgreens and sprouts are for. Winter storm warning on Weather Channel 4 inches. Wow, you're in Minnesota. I need to plant cat stuff with my seeds. Have a blessed day. All okay. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up. It's really appreciated, and I hope we've all shared good information here. Blizzard warning, 6 inches, 55 mph, and hunker down. No being out. See you around. Take care, everybody, and see you there, wild. And take care, and eat healthy whole foods that that was grown with love, and you'll feel better. Drink lots of good water, clean. I was going to explain my solution, but I will do a video and show it and why. I look forward to it. Sorry, Wild. Gotta go. Gotta go. Take care. Bye-bye.